Hey guys, it's Sean with the Brothers Workshop, and today I have behind me here my 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 with a 5.3 liter V8 engine. Now I love this truck, guys, but the cost of maintenance is going through the roof. Oil is rising every day, and it's just getting a little ridiculous at the pump and to get your oil changed. It's almost $100 some places. So we're gonna do this ourselves, and we're gonna save a couple bucks in the process. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how that's done. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reference my owner's manual. You guys might be thinking, well, I already know how to change my own oil, but not everybody does. The owner's manual has everything you need to know about changing your oil laid out. Doesn't matter what type of vehicle you have. You could have a Yukon, a Suburban, a Chevy Silverado, a GMC Sierra. It's all right there in your owner's manual. And it's very, very easy. You'll need a handful of tools. We're gonna go over those in a minute, and just a little bit of time. You will have to be able to dispose of the oil safely. And honestly, that's really the toughest part about this. Making sure you dispose of that correctly is of the utmost importance. Before I get into it, guys, if you're finding value in this, if you're learning something, please hit that like button for me. And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends, especially those who might own a 2014 to 2018 Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. On page 350 of the owner's manual, it breaks down pretty much everything you need to do. But the main thing is you need to know that you're gonna need deck sauce approved oil. If you guys can't figure it out, it's labeled right on the oil. We're gonna show you what we're using here in a second. My truck has the 5.3 liter V8 engine, and that calls for 8 quarts of full synthetic 0W20 motor oil. This is deck sauce, and that's GM approved. You're gonna need that deck sauce, guys, and it's very important that you get that and nothing else for the 5.3 and the 6.2 V8s. The 4.3 V6 and that 6.0 V8 have a totally different type of motor oil. Guys, the main thing here is just make sure you know what type of motor you have and refer to your owner's manual for the type of oil you need. Otherwise, it could be a bad day for you. And I also grabbed this Napa Gold filter. It's supposed to work specifically with the full synthetic here. And without further ado, we're gonna get into it. The only tools you'll need are a funnel, a 15mm ratchet, and a filter wrench. On page 350 of the owner's manual, it goes over the types of oil you need for your specific motor. The first clue you might have that you need to change your oil is that your truck tells you. And if you hit that OK button, get that message out of the way, it will tell you the percent of oil you have remaining in the truck. Or you could do it the old-fashioned way and make sure you remember the mileage. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We need to change the oil. First, we're going to find that hood release, pull that back. We're going to come around to the front, we're going to open the hood, and there it is, that beautiful 5.3 liter V8 engine. And over on the driver's side is your oil cap. And there it is, right on the oil cap. SAE 0W20 deck sauce motor oil. You guys can't mess this up unless you try. It's right there on the motor oil cap and printed in your owner's manual. Just make sure you follow that and you'll be fine. We're gonna go ahead and do that. And the first thing I'm gonna do is release the pressure by opening the cap. Now we're inside in a controlled environment, so I'm not worried about anything getting inside of there, but if you're outside, you might wanna just open it and then leave the cap on. That way nothing gets in there. It's up to you guys. It's really just your preference, but I'm inside, controlled environment, and I'm gonna leave that off. Next step is to go underneath the truck and drain that motor oil. For this, you're going to need something to catch the oil in, and I've gone ahead and I'm just using this little tote that I have laying around the shop. I'm going to go ahead and reuse all the oil later in another video, so it's only going to be here temporarily. I'm not worried about the type of catch basin I have. We're going to go ahead and use it to help undercoat the truck, and I'm going to have that linked in another video in the description below, as well as at the end of this video. I've gone ahead and already chalked the tires for safety. We don't want anybody to get hurt. Now we're going to get under there and change the oil. Real quick, I want to orient you guys so you understand where this oil drain plug is located. I am entering the truck on the driver's side, and as you can see, the oil drain plug is easy to access, and it is on the underside of the oil pan. And that white canister that you see that appears to be above it, well, that's actually closer to the driver's side of the vehicle. That is your oil filter. We'll be removing that as well. Once you remove the oil drain plug, be ready because oil is going to be pouring out. Just make sure you have that catch basin or whatever you have there to catch the oil ready. If you don't, it'll be a pretty big mess. Once you're done, make sure that you put that oil drain plug back in. Right now I'm using my hands, but we're going to definitely be tightening that up with the ratchet, as you can see. Make sure you do not over tighten it because you can strip that bolt. We don't want that to happen. Next, we're going to be removing the oil filter, and that's that white canister I talked about earlier. In this video, you can see that I have a piece of rubber. That piece of rubber I had to use because I got a little oil on there and I needed a little bit more grip. All you'll need to do is use your filter wrench to loosen it up, and then you can unscrew with your hand. But again, be ready because oil will be pouring out of there, and make sure you have that catch basin ready or you will make a big mess. It's time for the new filter. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of oil around the rim and then inside of it. We're going to put a little bit of oil inside of the new filter, and then we're going to use a little bit of oil and rub it all around that seal there. And that's going to help whenever we screw it in and give it that nice tight seal. As I screw it in, I'm beginning to tighten it with my hands, and then I'm going to use the filter wrench to make sure that it's nice and secure. Now I didn't show that here only because I wanted to save some time, but make sure that you do not over tighten it. Tighten down to the manufacturer specifications. Now that we have that old filter off the truck and the new one on and all that old oil drained out of it, we're going to go ahead and put the new oil in. This is when you're going to need that funnel. Now that the oil's topped off, we're going to go over here. We're going to start the engine. Get that oil running through it. We still have that change engine oil soon. There we go here. We're going to dismiss that. We're still at 7%. The truck hasn't acclimated to this yet. So we have to go over here. Again, we're going to hold this check mark down. And that will reset the engine oil. Okay guys. We do have to check the oil though. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. And I'm also going to make note that this oil change occurred at 52,303 miles. Last thing I have to do is check that oil level here. We're going to turn the truck off and then we're going to check it real quick. The level's looking pretty good, guys. I'd say we did a good job. Thanks Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you learned something, if you found any value in it, please hit that like button for me. That way I know to keep bringing it to you. And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends, especially those who own a 2014 to 2018 Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra. It's going to help them out just like it helped you out. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of the videos that we have coming your way. And we'll see you in the next one.